Hello students. In today's class, we will discuss Geography Chapter 2, Land, Soil, Natural Vegetation and Wildlife Resources. In this chapter, we will discuss about land resources, soil resources, water resources and natural vegetation and wildlife resources. Let us start with land resources. Land is a very important natural resource and it provides base for agriculture, making buildings, different kind of construction such as bridges, roads and settlements. But land are limited in amount and it is used for different purpose, and the need of land is increasing day by day because of fastly growing population. Let us discuss land use. Land use basically is using land for different purpose such as agriculture, making buildings, houses, hospitals, park, garden, roads, railways, even airport. All these things require land for their making. The land use pattern has changed, is keep on changing by the growing need or changing in the cultural and the socio-economic scenario is changing. That's changed the land use pattern also. In this picture, there are 4 pictures are given. It is of same area. In first picture, as you are able to see that there is an agriculture field, village are there, the houses are of the kacha houses are there, they are made up of hay and mud. Next picture 2. Now the houses, the construction of houses, the type of houses has changed into pakka houses. These houses are made up of bricks and cemented houses are there. A number of houses are increasing. The roads are the streets are becoming broader, and now tractors are the people are using tractors for the agriculture purpose. In 4, you can see the agriculture land have decreased, roads have been built, the buildings, the single story, double story buildings have converted in the multi-storied building. The open areas which was not occupied by agriculture and settlement also, now it is occupied. And later on in 4th, it is earlier it was single lane road, now it's become the 4 lane roads. The number of traffics have increased, the number of buildings, it is horizontal buildings are in horizontal development of buildings is going on. It means the land pattern is changing with time, and also because the people are demanding or their requirement is growing, so this pattern is keep on changing. Some factors affect the land use. Some are natural and some are human factors. Natural factors, some physical factor which is responsible for the land use are topography. Topography is related with the landscape. Soil, fertility of soil is also responsible for the land use. The fertile soil, the area having the land having fertile soil is used for agriculture, whereas the some area where the land is not fertile, soil is not fertile, it is not used. The people generally not use that land for agriculture purpose. Minerals, if the land have any mineral deposits, The people utilize, even the land is barren or land is waste, it doesn't matter, they utilize that land and they use that land, patch of land. Water availability, the area, the land where the water is easily available, because water is essential need of human being and animals also, and for growing plants also we need water. So many, we use water in so many need, fulfilling our so many requirements. So water availability is also an factor. Now let us discuss the human factors. Population. Increasing population has resulted in the expansion of agriculture land. There the people are cutting the trees, clearing the forest to expand their agriculture land, and also getting land for making buildings, making houses to live. Technology also. Through technology we are changing the wasteland into useful lands, and also the land, we are reclaiming lands from water and nearby wetlands or water-shaded areas. We are using that land by using technology. Now the classification of lands on the basis of ownership. Land is classified in two categories. First one is the private land. Private land is it is the land which is owned by individual, and next one is community land, the land which is owned by community. This land is used for this land is used by all the members of the community. Grazing grounds, burial grounds, common pasture lands, all are example of community lands, and this land is also called common property resource. Now major problems of land resources. Land degradation, it includes deforestation, overgrazing, desertification, landslide, soil erosion, all are included in land degradation. Land degradation means decrease in the quality of land. Deforestation means cutting of the trees. Of the trees. If the patch of land become vegetationless, it will open for the erosion, and the topmost soil, which is fertile, will be drained out with water or wind, and it will degrade the quality of the land. Overgrazing also affect the, it also promote the soil erosion, because hoofs of the animals uprooted the grasses, and because of that they are not able to hold the soil, and whenever the water came, it will drain the soil and accelerate soil erosion. Desertification means expansion of desert. It basically happens in the area of desert, and the area is affected by the dominating winds. Landslide means basically this type of land degradation takes place in slope areas, area of high elevation, where the upper layer of the soil, the topmost layer, it became heavy due to the rainfall, and it slid down due to the gravitational pull, and because of this landslide, quality of land degraded. Soil erosion basically removal of the top fertile soil, and because of this soil erosion, the land degrade and we can't use that land because the land lose its fertility, so we can't use that land as for agriculture purpose. Now, what is the causes? Causes of land degradation. It is basically expansion of the agricultural land because population is growing and we require so many land for the survival of the people because the basic requirement of the people is food. So they are food and shelter. Two things are very important. So expansion of agricultural land, population is growing day by day and they need agricultural land. So to expand the agricultural land, they have started interfering with the forest. They are cutting the trees in large number and expanding their for agricultural land, and because of that the land degradation is increasing. Construction activities, again for different construction activity, development activities, roadways, railways, and even dams, construction of dams also destroy a large area of vegetation, which also responsible for land degradation. Now, how to conserve the land resources? Some methods are afforestation. We can plant tree wherever the land is vegetation less or vegetation is scarce. We can plant trees. Land reclamation. Reclamation means to create new lands, and to create new lands means you can claim the area of sea along with the coastal area. You can fill sand and whatever material you have to fill that area, you fill that area, the coastal area, and uplift the elevation of that area and use that area as uplifted area, as elevated area as for construction of buildings and roads, whatever you want. You can see in the picture, it is a picture of one picture is for the of the coastal areas where they have reclaimed the land of ocean by filling sand in the coastal areas along with the coast. Whereas in another picture they have built a barrier there under that area. They have filled the sand and they have constructed buildings there. Now, regulated use of chemical pesticides and fertilizers. This is also important because if we overuse fertilizer and pesticides, chemical pesticides, the extra pesticide and fertilizers will go in the soil and it will accumulate in the soil, and later on the soil will be polluted and it will not suitable for the agriculture use. So we have to regulate use of chemical pesticides and fertilizers. Check on grazing, overgrazing. You can check on overgrazing by dividing the pasture land into different areas and allow the animals in particular area for a specific period of time, then again shift them in another areas, and also keep some fodder as a storage so that you can use that storage for your animals. And one thing is more, the desertification. We can stop desertification or decrease the amount of desertification, rate of desertification, we can plant shelter belts on the boundaries of the desert so that they can break the speed of dominating wind and stop the movement of the sand and stop the desertification. And again, one more method is there. The sand dunes keep on moving with the in the direction of the wind, with the movement of the winds. So stabilize the sand dunes by planting thorny bushes on that sand dunes, which stabilize the sand dunes and it will help in checking desertification. With this portion, I will conclude this chapter. In next class, we will discuss soil resource. Till then, bye and study well.